Hello, and welcome back to LevelUp English, the podcast that helps you take your English to the next level. I'm Mike.
And I'm Lana. It's great to be with you all today.
Lana, today we have a big topic, a scary topic for many people.
Ooh, a scary topic? You mean grammar?
No, not grammar today. It's a question, a simple question that can feel very, very difficult.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Is it the question, tell me about yourself?
Exactly, that one. When you hear that, your mind just goes blank.
It's true. It's such a big question. Like, what do I say? My whole life story? Do they want to know about my dog, my favorite food?
Right. So today, we are going to make this question easy. We will give you a simple formula to answer tell me about yourself perfectly every time.
Yes, and this is for everyone, but especially our A1 and A2 level listeners. Simple, easy, and confident. That's the goal.
So first, Lana, why is this question so important? Where will people hear it?
Well, you hear it in many places. The most famous one is a job interview. It's often the very first question.
Ah, yes, the job interview. So much pressure.
But you also hear it on the first day of an English class. The teacher might say, let's go around the room. Tell us about yourself.
Oh, I remember that. Or when you meet new people at a party or a social event. They want to know who you are.
Exactly. So it's a very useful question to know how to answer. I remember my first time, I was so nervous.
Tell me about it. I have a funny story. I was at an interview for a summer job when I was a student. The interviewer smiled and said, "So, Mike, tell me about yourself."
Okay, and what did you do?
I panicked. I just started talking. I talked about my family, my cat, my favorite movie. I think I even mentioned that I didn't like broccoli.
No, you did not.
I did. The interviewer just sat there, smiling. After maybe 2 minutes of me talking nonstop, he just said, "Okay, thank you." I did not get the job.
Oh, Mike, that's a great story and a perfect example of what not to do. You don't need to share everything.
Exactly. So let's help our listeners avoid my mistake. Let's give them the magic formula. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. The formula has 3 parts. Just 3. It is present, past, future.
Present, past, future. I like it. It's easy to remember.
Right. So let's start with part 1, the present. This is about who you are right now.
Okay, the present. So what information should we include here?
It's very simple. You should say your name and what you do. For example, are you a student or your job?
Right, so I could say, my name is Lana and I am a podcast host.
Perfect. Or if you are a student, you can say, my name is Mike and I am an English student.
What if your job is difficult to explain?
Good question. Keep it simple. You can say the general area. For example, I work in marketing or I work in a hospital.
That's a good tip. You don't need to give your exact job title. I work in an office is okay too.
Exactly. So for the present, you say your name and what you do. For example, hi, I'm Mike and I'm a teacher. Simple.
Okay, that's part 1, present. What is part 2?
Part 2 is the past. This is about how you got here. But, and this is important, it should be very short. 1 sentence is perfect.
Ah, so not your whole life story.
Definitely not. It's about your recent past that connects to your present. So if you are a student in a new class, your past could be, I am from Japan and I arrived in London last week.
Okay, that makes sense. It explains why you are in the class. What about for a job interview?
For a job interview, you can say something about your last job. For example, for the last 3 years, I worked as a sales assistant at a clothing store.
Or, I recently graduated from university with a degree in economics.
Perfect. It's just 1 sentence that gives some background. So we have present, I'm Mike, I'm a teacher, and past, I used to work in marketing.
Okay, it's coming together. So what is the final part? Part 3?
Part 3 is the future. This is why you're here now. What is your goal for the near future?
Ah, this connects everything. So for the student in the English class, what would they say?
They could say, I'm excited to improve my English skills. Or, I hope to make new friends in this class.
That's nice and positive. And for the job interview?
You can say why you want this specific job. For example, I'm looking for a new challenge and I am very interested in this role. Or I want to use my skills to help your company.
Right. It shows you are motivated. So the three parts are present, past, and future.
That's the formula. And each part can be just one sentence. So your whole answer might only be 3 sentences long.
That feels much easier than talking about your cat and broccoli.
Hey, the broccoli was very important information. But yes, this is much better. Okay, should we build an example together for our listeners?
Let's do it. Let's imagine a person. Her name is Maria, and she is in a new English class.
Okay, Maria where is she from?
Let's say she's from Brazil, and the teacher says, Maria, welcome. Tell us about yourself.
Okay, so Maria thinks present, past, future. First, the present. What does she say, Lana?
For the present, she can say, hello, everyone. My name is Maria, and I'm a graphic designer.
Nice, simple and clear. Now for part 2, the past. What is her one sentence about the past?
She can connect it to the present. She could say, I'm from Brazil, and I moved to New York last month.
Perfect. That explains why she is in this class in New York. Okay, now for the last part, part 3, the future.
For the future, she can say why she is learning English. Something like, I want to improve my English so I can find a job here as a designer.
That's fantastic. It's positive and it gives her motivation. So let's put it all together. What is Maria's full answer?
Okay, the teacher asks, Maria, tell us about yourself. Maria smiles and says, hello, everyone. My name is Maria, and I'm a graphic designer. I'm from Brazil, and I moved to New York last month. I want to improve my English so I can find a job here as a designer.
Wow, that is a perfect answer. It's short, it's clear, and it gives all the important information. No broccoli mentioned.
Right. And it sounds so confident and professional, even with simple English. Let's repeat it one more time for our listeners.
Good idea. Okay, I'll be the teacher. Maria, welcome. Tell us about yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Maria, and I'm a graphic designer. I'm from Brazil, and I moved to New York last month. I want to improve my English so I can find a job here as a designer.
Excellent. So that's the basic structure. But, sometimes you want to be a little more friendly, right? A little more personal.
That's true, especially if it's a more casual situation, like meeting new friends. The present, past, future formula is great, but it can sound a little bit like a robot sometimes.
Right. So we have a little bonus tip, a part 4 if you want. After you finish your future sentence, you can add one small thing about your hobbies or interests.
Oh, I like that. It makes you more human. What kind of things can you say?
Something simple. You can say, in my free time, I like to, and then say your hobby. For example, I like to watch movies.
Or I enjoy playing the guitar. The word enjoy is a great one to use. I enjoy cooking.
Or even simpler, I am a big fan of football. Or I love reading.
This is great because it gives the other person something to talk to you about. If you say you like movies, they can ask, oh, what kind of movies do you like?
Exactly. It helps start a conversation. So let's add this bonus part to Maria's answer. What's a good hobby for Maria, the graphic designer from Brazil?
Maybe she likes photography.
Okay, good one. So let's hear Maria's full, complete, super-duper answer now with the hobby.
Okay, here is Maria version 2.0. She says, hello, everyone. My name is Maria, and I am a graphic designer. I am from Brazil, and I moved to New York last month. I want to improve my English so I can find a job here as a designer. In my free time, I enjoy taking photos of the city.
That's it. That is the perfect answer. It's professional, but also personal. It makes you sound interesting.
I agree, and it's still short. Maybe it takes 30 seconds to say. It's not a long speech.
And that is a very important point, Lana. Let's talk about some common mistakes. The biggest mistake is talking for too long.
Right, like your story about the summer job interview.
Yes. People get nervous and they just keep talking. You should aim for your answer to be between 30 and 60 seconds. 1 minute is the maximum.
That's a great rule, 30 to 60 seconds. What's another common mistake?
Another mistake is being too personal. Don't talk about difficult things from your past or your political opinions or your relationship problems.
Keep it professional and positive. The person asking doesn't need to know everything about you. It's just a friendly introduction.
Exactly. And the final mistake is not being prepared. This is a question you know you will probably get, so you should practice.
Yes, that's the best advice. Don't wait for the interview to think of your answer for the first time.
So this is homework for our listeners. After this podcast, take a piece of paper. Write down your present, your past, and your future sentences.
And your bonus hobby sentence.
Yes, and then practice saying it. Say it to your mirror, record it on your phone, and listen to it.
Practicing is so important. When you practice, you will feel so much more confident when you have to say it in a real situation.
It's true. Confidence is key. So let's do a quick recap of everything.
Okay, a final summary. The big, scary question is, tell me about yourself.
And your magic formula is
Present, past, future.
Part 1, present, who you are and what you do. I'm Mike and I'm a teacher.
Part 2, past. One sentence about how you got here. I am from Canada and I live in London now.
Part 3, future. One sentence about why you are here. I'm excited to join this team.
And the bonus tip. Add one sentence about a hobby. I enjoy hiking.
And remember the rules. Keep it short, 30 to 60 seconds. Keep it positive and practice, practice, practice.
If you do that, this question won't be scary anymore. It will be an opportunity, a chance to make a great first impression.
And that brings us to the end of another episode. We've covered so much today, from the simple present, past, future formula to the introduction toolkit. The goal is not to memorize a perfect speech, but to feel confident and ready.
Exactly. It's about giving you the tools to express yourself. If you found this episode helpful, please consider subscribing to LevelUp English so you don't miss our future episodes.
And we would love to hear from you. Leave us a comment or a review on your podcast app. Your feedback helps us make the show better. And if you know someone else who is learning English, please share this episode with them.
Yes, thank you for listening to Level Up English. Your homework is to write and practice your own tell me about yourself answer. You can do it. And I'm Lana. Keep practicing, and bye for now.
But wait, Lana, I think we can give our listeners a little more help.
Oh, what do you have in mind, Mike?
The present, past, future formula is fantastic, a great foundation. But the way you deliver it can change depending on the situation, right? Answering in a super formal job interview is different from answering at a casual party.
That's a brilliant point. The vibe is different. In a job interview, you want to be professional. At a party, you want to be friendly and approachable.
Exactly. So let's break it down. Let's start with the most formal situation, the job interview. We've touched on this, but let's really focus. What's the key here?
For a job interview, your answer should be 100% focused on your professional life. Your past should be about your work experience. Your future should be about your career goals and how they align with this job.
Right. So for Maria, the graphic designer, if she were in an interview, her hobby of photography is still good, but she should connect it to her professional skills. How could she do that?
Good question. She could say, in my free time, I enjoy photography, which helps me stay creative and notice details, skills I use in my design work. See, it connects back to the job.
That's perfect. It shows passion and relevance. So for interviews, keep it professional, relevant, and connect everything back to the job you want.
Okay, what about the opposite? A very informal situation, like a party. You told a story about this, Mike. The key is to be relaxed and focus on starting a conversation, right?
Absolutely. At a party, the goal is connection, not getting a job. So the focus shifts from professional skills to personal interests. You want to be relatable.
Your story reminds me of a networking event I went to. I was so nervous. I had my perfect answer practiced and ready to go.
Oh, I know that feeling. I once went to a conference for podcasters. I was new and very nervous. I saw a very famous podcast host, someone I really admired. My heart was beating so fast.
Ugh, I know that feeling. I once went to a conference for podcasters. I was new and very nervous. I saw a very famous podcast host, someone I really admired. My heart was beating so fast.
That sounds like a great idea. Let's create a solid foundation for our listeners. We can call it the Introduction Toolkit.
Perfect. Okay, Toolkit Part 1, your name. This is the first and most important step. Mike, what are the simplest ways to say your name?
The easiest ways are I'm Mike or my name is Mike. Both are perfectly correct. I'm is a little more casual. After you say your name, it's polite to ask for theirs. You can say, and you? Or what's your name?
Great. Next, Toolkit Part 2, your origin. People often ask, where are you from? How do we answer that, Mike?
You can be general or specific. For example, I'm from Japan. Or you can add the city. I'm from Tokyo in Japan. If you live in a different place now, you can say, I'm from Brazil, but I live in London. Simple and clear.
Okay, Toolkit Part 3, age. This one can be tricky. How do you say your age, Mike?
You say, I am 25 years old, or just I'm 25. But here's a very important cultural tip. In many English-speaking countries, it can be impolite to ask an adult their age, especially an older adult.
That's so true. It's not a secret, but it's considered personal information. So our advice is don't ask people their age, and you don't need to say your age unless someone asks you directly.
Exactly. Now, Toolkit Part 4, job or studies. This is a big one. We already know I am a teacher or I work in marketing. What about students?
For students, you can say, I am a university student or I'm studying economics. And what if you don't have a job right now? A positive way to say this is, I'm currently looking for a job or I'm between jobs at the moment.
That's very helpful. It sounds much better than just saying I'm unemployed. Okay, Toolkit Part 5, family and pets. This is great for more casual, friendly conversations.
Yes, people love talking about their pets. You can say, I have 2 brothers or I have 1 sister. If you have no siblings, you can say, I'm an only child. For pets, you can say, I have a dog named Buddy, or simply, I'm a cat person.
Great phrases. Finally, the fun part, Toolkit Part 6, hobbies, likes, and dislikes. This is where you really show your personality.
Exactly. Beyond I like, you can use phrases like I love, I really enjoy, or I'm into. For example, I'm really into photography. For dislikes, saying I hate can be very strong. A more polite way is to say I'm not a big fan of. For example, I'm not a big fan of spicy food.
That's a great tip. It sounds much friendlier. So there we have it, our introduction toolkit. Name, origin, age, job, family, and hobbies. Listeners, you can pick and choose from this toolkit to build your perfect introduction for any situation. And that brings us to the end of another episode. We've covered so much today, from the simple present, past, and future formula to the introduction toolkit. The goal is not to memorize a perfect speech, but to feel confident and ready.
Exactly. It's about giving you the tools to express yourself. If you found this episode helpful, please consider subscribing to Level Up English so you don't miss our future episodes.
And we would love to hear from you. Leave us a comment. Your feedback helps us make the show better. And if you know someone else who is learning English, please share this episode with them.
Thank you for joining us on Level Up English. Remember, every conversation is a new opportunity. Until next time, keep practicing.